Once upon a time, in a small village near the edge of a vast forest, there lived a young woman named Emily. Emily was kind and always ready to help her neighbors. She lived in a cozy little cottage with her cat, Whiskers. One evening, as Emily was enjoying her tea by the fireplace, there was a knock on the door. It was her neighbor, Mrs. Brown. She looked worried. "Emily, have you heard about the old mansion in the forest? They say it's haunted," Mrs. Brown said. Emily had heard stories about the old mansion. It had been abandoned for years, and people believed it was haunted by ghosts. But Emily didn't believe in ghosts. She thought there must be another explanation. "Don't worry, Mrs. Brown," Emily said with a reassuring smile. "I'll go and take a look tomorrow. I'm sure there's nothing to be afraid of." The next morning, Emily packed a small bag with some food and water. She put on her warm coat and boots, and with Whiskers by her side, she set off towards the forest. The forest was thick with tall trees and winding paths. Emily walked for hours, enjoying the fresh air and the sounds of birds singing. Finally, she saw the old mansion in the distance. It was large and imposing, with tall windows and a crumbling roof. As Emily approached the mansion, she felt a chill in the air. The front door was slightly open, and she pushed it gently. The door creaked as it swung open, revealing a dusty, dark hallway. Emily stepped inside cautiously. The floorboards creaked under her feet, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling. Whiskers stayed close to Emily, his ears twitching with curiosity. "Hello," Emily called out, her voice echoing through the empty rooms. There was no answer. She began to explore the mansion, moving from room to room. In one room, she found old furniture red in dust. In another, she found a grand piano with broken keys. Everything seemed abandoned and forgotten. As Emily explored further, she noticed a faint light coming from under a door at the end of a long hallway. She walked towards it and slowly opened the door. Inside, she found a small, cozy room. A fire burned in the fireplace, and there was a table with a teapot and 2 cups. Sitting at the table was an old woman with kind eyes and a gentle smile. "Welcome, Emily," the old woman said. "I've been expecting you." Emily was surprised. "How do you know my name?" she asked. The old woman chuckled softly. "I know many things, dear. My name is Margaret. I have lived here for many years, hidden away from the world. People think this place is haunted, but it is not. It is just forgotten." Emily sat down at the table, and Margaret poured her a cup of tea. "Why have you stayed here all alone?" Emily asked. Margaret sighed. "Many years ago, this mansion was filled with laughter and joy. But then, a great sadness came, and everyone left. I stayed behind, hoping one day someone would come and bring life back to this place." Emily felt a deep sense of compassion for Margaret. "I will help you," she said. "We can fix this mansion and make it beautiful again." Margaret smiled warmly. "Thank you, Emily. I knew you were special." From that day on, Emily visited the mansion every day. She cleaned the rooms, repaired the broken furniture, and planted flowers in the garden. Margaret taught her many things, and together they worked to bring the mansion back to life. News of Emily's work spread through the village. People were curious and began to visit the mansion. They were surprised to find it was not haunted at all, but a place of beauty and warmth. One day, a young man named James visited the mansion. He was tall and handsome, with kind eyes. He introduced himself to Emily and offered to help with the repairs. Emily was grateful and welcomed his assistance. James worked hard alongside Emily and Margaret. He helped repair the roof, paint the walls, and plant more flowers in the garden. As they worked together, Emily and James grew close. They shared stories and laughter, and soon, a deep friendship blossomed between them. One evening, as the sun set over the forest, Emily, James, and Margaret sat in the garden, enjoying the beauty of their hard work. Margaret looked at them with a twinkle in her eye. "You two make a wonderful team," she said. "This mansion is alive again because of your kindness and hard work." Emily blushed, and James smiled warmly at her. "It's all thanks to Emily," he said. Her kindness brought us all together. As the days passed, more villagers came to help. They brought food, tools, and supplies. They worked together to restore the mansion to its former glory. The old rooms were filled with laughter and joy once again. Emily and James continued to work side by side. They shared their dreams and hopes for the future. One day, as they were planting flowers in the garden, James took Emily's hand. "Emily," he said softly, "this mansion has become a place of love and happiness because of you. I can't imagine my life without you. Will you be my partner? Not just in work, but in life?" Tears of joy filled Emily's eyes. "Yes, James," she said, her heart full of love, "I will." The village celebrated Emily and James' union with a grand feast at the mansion. The once forgotten place was now a symbol of hope, love, and community. Margaret looked on with pride, knowing that the mansion's future was bright. As the years went by, Emily and James lived happily in the mansion. They started a family and continued to care for the beautiful home they had restored. The mansion became a place where everyone was welcome, and its magic touched the lives of all who visited. And so, the tale of Emily and the Forgotten Mansion became a cherished story in the village. It was a story of kindness, love, and the power of coming together. The mansion stood as a reminder that even the most forgotten places can be brought back to life with a little love and a lot of hard work. As the years passed, the mansion in the forest became a place of happiness and joy for everyone. Emily and James were now the proud parents of two children, Lily and Peter. The mansion, once abandoned and forgotten, was now a vibrant home filled with love and laughter. Lily and Peter loved playing in the garden, exploring the forest, and listening to the stories that Margaret and their parents told them about the mansion's transformation. One day, while playing near the edge of the forest, Lily and Peter discovered an old, hidden pathway. "Let's see where this path goes," Peter said excitedly. Lily nodded, and they carefully followed the path. It led them to a small, overgrown clearing where they found an old well covered in ivy. "Look, Peter, an old well," Lily exclaimed. Peter peered into the well and saw a glimmer of light reflecting off the water at the bottom. "I wonder if there's something magical about this well," he said. Curiosity got the better of them, and they decided to run back to the mansion to tell their parents about their discovery. Emily and James listened to their excited chatter and decided to investigate the well themselves. The next day, Emily, James, Lily, and Peter returned to the clearing. They worked together to clear the ivy and weeds from around the well. As they did, they noticed ancient carvings on the stones that made up the well structure. Margaret joined them in the clearing and examined the carvings closely. "These are symbols of an old magic," she said thoughtfully. "This well might hold the key to a hidden treasure or a secret that could benefit our village." Excited by the possibility, they decided to lower a bucket into the well. When they pulled it up, they were astonished to find a small, golden key at the bottom of the bucket. "This must unlock something important," James said, holding the key up to the sunlight. They returned to the mansion and began searching for a lock that the key might fit. After hours of searching, Peter discovered a hidden door behind an old bookshelf in one of the mansion's many rooms. "Over here," Peter called out. "I think I found it." They gathered around the hidden door, and James carefully inserted the golden key into the lock. With a click, the door swung open, revealing a staircase that led down into a dimly lit underground chamber. They descended the stairs cautiously, and at the bottom, they found a large, ornate chest. Emily and James lifted the lid, and their eyes widened in amazement. Inside the chest were ancient books filled with knowledge about magic, healing herbs, and the history of the enchanted forest. Margaret's eyes sparkled with excitement. "These books are a treasure trove of wisdom. With this knowledge, we can help the village even more." Over the following weeks, Emily, James, Margaret, and the children studied the books. They learned about the magical properties of different plants and herbs, how to make potions to heal the sick, and ways to protect the forest and its creatures. With this newfound knowledge, They decided to create a small apothecary in the mansion where they could make potions and remedies to help the villagers. Emily and James also taught Lily and Peter the importance of caring for nature and using their knowledge to help others. One day, a severe storm hit the village. The wind howled, and the rain poured down in torrents. The villagers' homes were damaged, and many people fell ill from the cold and damp conditions. Emily and James sprang into action. They used their knowledge from the ancient books to create potions and remedies to help the sick. Lily and Peter gathered herbs from the forest, while Margaret comforted the villagers and helped distribute the healing potions. The villagers were grateful for the help and support they received. Thanks to the remedies made by Emily and James, everyone recovered quickly, and the village began to rebuild after the storm. As the village flourished, so did the bond between the people and the enchanted forest. Emily and James continued to teach the villagers about the importance of caring for nature and using its gifts wisely. The mansion became a place of learning and healing, where everyone was welcome. Years passed, and Lily and Peter grew up to be wise and kind adults. Just like their parents, they continued the legacy of caring for the mansion and the forest. They used their knowledge to help others and spread the message of love and kindness. One sunny afternoon, as Emily and James sat in the garden with Margaret, they reflected on their journey and the incredible transformation of the mansion. "Look at what we've accomplished together," James said, his eyes filled with pride and love. "The mansion, the forest, and the village are all thriving because of our efforts and the kindness of everyone who helped." Margaret nodded, her eyes twinkling with joy. "It's a testament to the power of love, hard work, and community. You've created something truly magical here." Emily smiled, looking around at the beautiful garden and the happy faces of her family and friends. "It's more than I ever dreamed of. This place is a symbol of hope and love for everyone." As the sun set over the forest, casting a golden glow over the mansion, Emily and James held hands, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. They knew that their story would be passed down through generations, inspiring others to believe in the power of kindness and the magic of nature. And so, the remarkable tale of Emily and the Forgotten Mansion continued to be a source of inspiration and joy for all who heard it. The mansion remained a place of beauty, healing, and love, reminding everyone that with a little kindness and a lot of hard work, anything is possible. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen. Your support means the world to me. Creating content is a labor of love, and knowing that it resonates with you makes it all worthwhile. Every view, every listen, every moment you spend engaging with my work is deeply appreciated.